Thanks for tuning into the NBA here on 2K Sports, a Sunday broadcast of the NBA. It's going to be the New York Knicks up against Elton Brand and the Philadelphia 76ers. And now...
Thank you for tuning into this Sunday afternoon 2K Sports edition of the NBA. With Doris Burke to the sideline, and by my side, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan. The Philadelphia 76ers preparing to defend home court in this Eastern Conference battle. And now the New York Knicks starters. Billups and Fields pairing up in the backcourt. Melo and Amari at the forward slots. And it's Turioff in at the center. And for the 76ers, Brandon Hawes down low. Holiday at the 1 with Iggy at the 2. And it's Meeks in at the 3 spot.
He knows how to get to the basket, guys, especially when the defense is soft like it was there. And the Knicks last season did not use their bench very often, kind of typical of the Mike D'Antoni team. He relies heavily on his starters, and that was the case a year ago.
Billups with the bucket.
I'll tell you what, he'll be quite contented to sit out there beyond the arc and knock down shot after shot if they're going to play defense like that. Tighten it up out there.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
A bit ago, Doug Collins and I were able to chat. I asked how they're planning to handle one of the more explosive offenses in the NBA, and he responded by saying they'll do everything they can to force their stars into shots they aren't comfortable taking. They know they'll still score points, but making each look as tough as they can is their primary goal, gentlemen.
Great, thank you, Doris. So a little bit worried, Clark, about containing the opposing offense today.
Well, they better be. I mean, they've got a lot of weapons and scoring threats over there.
Steve?
Well, the way they play, I mean, they come out hard out of the gates, and you've got to be prepared defensively. You've got to be on your toes and be ready for that onslaught that you know is coming.
Here's Fields. Open look. And Stoudemire with the basket on the assist from Landry Fields. Stoudemire's got his first points of the game. Steve, back to what you were saying about that New York Knicks bench. You know, a big part of that was they were so short-handed. And then Iguodala with the dunk. And now here's the Sparks Sam Cam replay.
Yes, indeedy. Boy, I love that one. That's not just any plain dunk. That has some panache to it.
It's an energizer, guys. That is an energizer.
It is, and that will lift the whole team up.
Outside, Billups. Anthony backs him down. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Anthony's got 7.
Pretty impressive. 5. Five straight makes to start this game.
And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
Boy, what a tough break. I hope he doesn't have to miss too much of the action.
Well, we'll find out in a little bit. Man, let's just hope he's okay.
The 76ers making a switch right here. Young's checked in. Jared Jeffries, he's checked in for New York. Walker comes in for Landry Fields.
They're coming out strong, guys. That's 4 for 5 from the field.
Here's Billups.
Well, last year was the first time in Andre Iguodala's career that he had to deal with significant injuries. Missed more than 10 games. Prior to that, in his first 6 seasons, he had only missed 6 games total.
Wow, what a game for them so far. Very impressive. They haven't missed yet.
There's the triple. And yes, sir, that one drops. Iguodala's got 10 points in the game.
Probably time to bring an extra defender, change up the defense a little bit.
Well, Steve, he's been so good. I think they got to take the ball out of his hands right now.
And for Andre Iguodala, last season he dealt with tendonitis in his Achilles, and early in the season, Clark, I remember reading about trade rumors. And the jam with Iguodala.
Yeah, easy bucket for him there.
And finish he did. Took it hard to the rim.
There's 1:54 left in the first quarter of the game. Jeffries kicks to Billups. Stoudemire backing him down. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It's on Thaddeus Young.
You know, in his Knicks playoff debut, Amari Stoudemire had a bit of the good and the bad. I mean, he played great when healthy, but back spasms really hurt him.
Tony Batiste checked in for Philadelphia. Williams comes in for Drew Holiday. Tony Douglas is checked in for New York. And back to that zeros and Amari. Steve, he just wasn't the same after game 2.
Well, that's when he hurt his back, as Clark mentioned. And at that point, he tried to tough it out. But you could tell. I mean, he was not himself. He just couldn't get it going. And without his production, the Knicks had no chance.
Evan Turner, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Here's Anthony. He's got 9. Will it go? He flies to the bucket and lays it in. Anthony's got 11 points.
He's putting the team on his back, trying to keep his team in this thing, and he's doing a pretty good job.
And the Sixers getting to the playoffs a year ago was such an accomplishment. They did a nice job in their division, going 9-7 against Atlantic Division foes.
Stoudemire is whistled for the loose ball foul. That is his first foul of the game. Oh boy, it looks like he was injured there.
Man, first look, I don't know. Guys, tough to tell just how bad it is.
For his sake, we're hoping he's okay.
Jody Meeks, he's checked in for the 76ers. And in that division, Philly, you just talked about that, Steve. It was a tough division, one of the toughest in the NBA.
Yeah, no question about it, Kevin. I mean, you look at New York, became a much better team. Boston was still Boston. So to get 9 wins against that Atlantic division was a nice triumph for the young Sixers.
Now here's Turner. Defense is right there. The 76ers with another miss.
Boy, he had a good look there.
Got to take those when they come.
Now here's Douglas. Turner covering. And here's Anthony from the arc. First free throw is good. Tony Turioff, who's checked in for New York. Sean Williams checks in for Carmelo Anthony. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Knicks trail by 3. Clark, their offense has been great here.
Yeah, I love the way they've looked. Really strong and together.
Yeah, very aggressive, too. Keeping the defense off balance with their ball movement. I like the way they look.
Here's Meeks. The tray, and that one's good.
Both sides really coming out of the gate firing here.
Guys, they look like they were raring to go in this one. A lot of offense early on.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. 76ers ahead, up by 6.
And I'm just so impressed with the long-range shooting. They have really lit it up from outside.
Yeah, the sharpshooter.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. Here's Douglas.
Well, obviously a huge talent infusion for the Knicks a season ago when they picked up Carmelo Anthony and signed Amari Stoudemire as a free agent, and that helped them play well within their division. They went 10-6 in the Atlantic last year.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And New York, looking at who they've got. Douglas and Fields, their men in the backcourt. Anthony out there with Turioff. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, when Amari Stoudemire left the Suns to join the Knicks, there were some people who questioned whether he could be as dominant without a great point guard like Steve Nash setting the table for him. In his first season, he certainly put those questions to bed. He had the second highest scoring average of his career, and he was dominant. Celtics coach Doc Rivers said, "I think we found out Amari is pretty good on his own." Guys?
He certainly is, Doris. Thank you so much.
And, you know, a great point guard will help any score. But Amari remains great no matter who's getting him the ball. He knows how to finish.
A moment for the Gatorade injury report. And let's get an update on Thaddeus Young's injury. Doris, any news there?
Hey, guys, the head athletic trainer for the 76ers, Kevin Johnson, provided some information for us. I'm told he suffered a high ankle sprain, and unfortunately, we know how serious those can be. He is officially through for this night and possibly a long time to come. We'll wait and see.
Good stuff, Doris. Thanks, Clark. It's got to be a tough time for him.
Yeah, Kevin, you wish they weren't, but injuries are really a part of the game, and sooner or later, just about everybody has to deal with them in some form or fashion.
Well, hopefully we'll get some good news next time we have an update on it.
Knicks trailed by 11. New York calls timeout.
Well, once Allen Iverson left Philadelphia several seasons ago, it seemed like the 76ers lost their identity. But this past season, they started to carve out a niche for themselves. They're a young, athletic team that defends, and they play hard together.
Catching up on the changes for New York, Stoudemire comes in for Carmelo Anthony, and Chauncey Billups has subbed in for Tony Douglas. Williams passes to Billups. Stolen by Brand.
Come on, he's got to know better than to try to force that pass now, Russ.
The shot by Iguodala. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Defense wasn't able to get back fast enough to contest.
Well, they were caught flat-footed after committing the turnover that time, guys.
Stoudemire backing him down. Over Nocioni, sticks it from 17 feet. And when you move out of an era like that, you know, you talked about that, Steve, it does take time to find an identity. Clark, you've been through that as well, and you can certainly appreciate what the 76ers are going through.
Yeah, they certainly are building a nice identity, and they're basing it on toughness under head coach Doug Collins, Kevin, and that's impressive. They're definitely a team to keep an eye on. They're on an upswing, no doubt.
Holiday against Billups. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Here's Stoudemire. No good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Backing him down is Iguodala. Here's Holiday. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. 8 points for Drew Holiday.
Guys, I think Andre Iguodala's ideal position is kind of as a point forward. He can really handle the ball in transition. He can get to the rim. But he's a terrific passer. And he'll find open teammates for good looks around the basket.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. We're talking about Andre Iguodala's passing. His assists have gone up 3 seasons in a row. And his turnovers, if anything, Clark have gone down.
Yeah, and that's impressive. I mean, the assists up and the turnovers down. He's got guard skills and a forward's body. When he drives, he's not just looking to score. He's actually ready to make a play for a teammate if the defense collapses.
Tony Batiste checked in for Elton Brand. Billups against Holiday. 3-pointer. Shot clock at 6. With the fadeaway. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Here's Holiday. Here's Iguodala. He's got 19. Here's Nocioni. Makes it off the glass. Nocioni's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, are they on a tear.
You know what, Steven? Offensively, you sometimes don't know how or why it happens, but you just ride the wave as long as it's flowing.
Billups from outside. That doesn't go either for Billups.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Well, the big story for the Knicks this past year was the acquisition of Carmelo Anthony. Having already signed Amari Stoudemire, the Knicks made the deal for Anthony and all of a sudden had one of the great 1-2 combinations in the league.
And back to Melo and Amari, they just need to build the right supporting cast around those two.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, those are two foundational pieces that are all-stars, so plugging in around them will be the next step. They're in the process of doing that, too. I mean, New York definitely reversed their fortune with the moves they made last season.
Here's Iguodala, takes it right up. Knicks trailed by 19, and here they come. To stop the drought, Anthony's shot is off.
I think he caught a glimpse of the defender out of the corner of his eye because he just seemed to lose his focus there for a moment.
On the wing, it's Iguodala, who's guarded by Billups. That's tipped. Clock at 6. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Lou Williams is checked in for the 76ers. And then for New York, Tony Turioff, he's checked in for Stoudemire. And Sean Williams subs in for Carmelo Anthony. Here's Holiday. He's got 8. Clock is at 3. Post shot. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And this is how you build a lead and protect it. Be tough and get to the free throw line.
Yeah, they've dialed up the attempts here in the second quarter. And you said it, Steve. I mean, they've been the aggressors. They've been in attack mode the whole way.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
Yeah, knocking down the open shots and really getting a nice flow to their game.
Outside, Billups. Over Holiday. Billups can't get that one to fall.
They're losing their composure a little bit here on the bad end of a run.
Yeah, they are, and they need to come up.
Sunday, a great day for basketball if you ask me, so let's recap all the action here on HB at the half. For the Philadelphia 76ers, they have the lead against New York. They boosted their offense with a steady diet of made free throws. It's been a superstar display by Andre Iguodala. He's up to 19 points, and it's been bombs away from outside. Not the same story, though, for the Knicks. Their three-point shooting hasn't showed up yet. They're bombing away, but haven't been able to hit the mark. Tony Douglas still looking to get going. Dreadful from the field. He hasn't connected on any of his shots. Not the closest game, but you got to hand it to both of these guys for setting the pace. That's all for us here in the studio. Let's get back out to Kevin and the crew. Thanks so much for joining me.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Here is Billups. Holiday at the 1 with Iggy at the 2. Brandon Hawes down low. And it's Meeks in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Here is Billups. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Stoudemire backing him down. Jumps up, and Turioff slams it in.
Boy, looking at that play, I mean, I think he had to be a little confused right there. I mean, the defender had no idea what was happening.
Well, you know, Clark, I don't think it looked like there was great communication on the floor.
You're exactly right.
Steve, what'd you think of
No,
that?
I agree with you, Kevin, but a great job offensively to exploit that defense for the easy basket.
You know, you look at that Sixers team, guys, and they didn't have one player do the bulk of the scoring. I mean, it was a equal opportunity offense, a very balanced attack for them last year.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, hey, Kevin, for Coach Doug Collins, it's always been about being candid with his players. As Andre Iguodala says, he loves the relationship, saying, I always wanted that with a coach, to have an open dialogue and tell me the truth. I think we need that. The Sixers enjoyed some success with Coach Collins, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Good line of communication there with Coach Collins.
And really with the coach, that's what you want as a player. I mean, honesty and the feeling you can talk to him candidly and straightforward.
Like what you mentioned about the 76ers, they did spread the wealth around on offense. Steve, you saw that almost every game.
Yeah, 6 players in double-digit scoring and nobody over 15 points a game. They really played well as a unit.
Look at that dime. On time and on target.
Knicks trailed by 21. And here is Billups. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
I really like the fact, guys, that Philly was able to battle their way back into the playoffs last season and just ended up running into a very focused and supremely talented Miami Heat team.
Here's Anthony. 16 points for him. The high post shot. Nice jump shot. Good. Billups has got 5. Back to that playoff series we were talking about, Clark. Philly gave it their best, but Miami just had too much power for them. They did win a game in Philadelphia on that Sunday afternoon. I think it was Easter Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Nice win for Doug Collins and those Sixers. But, Steve, this is just the beginning, I think, for the 76ers.
Yeah, I thought it was a great win for Philadelphia. Just winning that one game kind of validated what they accomplished during the regular season, and it sets the stage for what comes next.
The 76ers making a switch right here. Turner's checked in. Billups dishes to Stoudemire. Nice move. And the layup is up and in. 6 points for him.
Coming out strong here in the third quarter. That's 4 for 5 shooting for this team.
Launches it. And Iguodala gets it to go in on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Billups. He's got 5.
They're using this full court pressure right now, looking to create some turnover.
And Holiday picks him up defensively. Billups kicks to Stoudemire. Over Brand. Stoudemire, no good.
Elton Brand, Kevin, got his weight down to around 255 to start the season last year to take some stress off the leg. Boy, it certainly helped him. He was productive and durable.
Boy, he's been good offensively tonight. I really like what I've seen.
Here is Fields, still looking to get on the scoreboard. And Clark for Brand, an undersized power forward at 6'9". You know, Steve, his long arms and in the past his athleticism had allowed him to compensate.
Yeah, and even though his athleticism has dwindled a bit, Elton Brand is such a smart player that he's found a way to compensate. I thought he had an excellent season for Doug Collins in Philadelphia a year ago. That nice face-up jumper, good touch around the rim. I thought Elton really bounced back and had a nice year.
Lou Williams has checked in for Philadelphia. And then for New York, Jeffries comes in for Ronnie Turner. And it's Walker in for Landry Fields. A difficult situation for New York. The 3 from Anthony. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And that rebound pushes their margin to +5 on the boards. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead. It shouldn't be overlooked. I mean, rebounding is a huge part of this game. What a quarter for him, and with this lead, I mean, they might as well just ride him the rest of the night.
And there's the pass to Walker. Lets it go with a 3. And that one's good.
6 points in short order. 2 straight from deep. That's what can happen with the 3 ball.
Yep, they got it going. Nice, clean looks.
Now here's Turner. From 20 feet out. And there's Williams. That's good on the assist by Turner. Williams has got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, excellent vision. Sharing the pumpkin leads to another basket.
And you look at that differential, guys, the points off assists are definitely in their favor.
Iguodala against Stoudemire. 6 to shoot. Anthony, the pass to Jeffries. Shot's good.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Here's Meeks. Post-up shot. Goes right up. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. He's got 5.
You know, for a little guy, he's really got game on the low block. His combination of strength and footwork make him a load to handle down there.
Billups against Williams. Outside Billups. He goes up, and he banks in the layup. Billups has got 10.
Excellent execution of the plan there.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead, and this one may already have been decided. While we're still getting underway here in the fourth, let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark of the Game report. Doris?
Well, Kevin, our spark of the game in this one, the stretch by the 76ers. That offensive boom they had to start things off has carried them, and they haven't looked back since as they have made the most of their early scoring bursts.
All right, Doris, thank you. That run has made a difference, guys. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what got them off and going.
Yeah, they were really able to seize the momentum at that point, and they just rode it.
So with Stoudemire sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Mike D'Antoni right now. Anthony out there with Sean Williams. Then there's Tony Douglas. Then it's Walker. And it's Jeffries in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That is good.
They're doing their best to erase the deficit here with some smart passes and some good shooting. I mean, those two things go hand in hand. If you're going to make shots, then the passes have to be on target and on time.
Well, this is a Knicks team that has been built through free agency and trades. Of course, when you're in New York, you're a very attractive destination for free agents. And that's why they have gone that route rather than through the draft.
And he sinks the second. Never easy to trade picks away, as you were saying, Steve, but the Knicks, Clark made up for it last year by nabbing Fields in that second round.
Yeah, that was a big get. I mean, a really nice second-round pick for him, Kevin. The Knicks didn't draft Tony Douglas, but traded for him cheap, too. So even with moving their high picks, they still added some pretty good talent.
Donnie Walsh doing a pretty good job.
He's one of the best, has been for a long time.
Backing him down is Iguodala. Rebounded by Douglas.
And they're struggling a little bit on the glass. They've got to pick up their physical play in the paint.
Yeah, it's about being tougher and more physical, just as you said, Steve. If they can do that better, they've got a chance to come back.
Here's Battie. Drops in the layup for 2. And the 76ers lead by 17. Here's Douglas. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. The dish now to Douglas. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 4 assists in the game.
Good team play there. You move the ball until you find the right shot for the right person.
They're a well-oiled machine, Steve. I mean, working extremely well as a cohesive unit. Every pass delivered on time and on target. A lot of ball movement and player movement. It's a thing of beauty.
Here's Walker. From outside, off the mark. The 76ers leading by 14. Backing him down is Iguodala. Dishes it to Daniels. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala.
Well, they've done a lot of their damage from mid-range here, guys. I mean, knocking down those shots with regularity.
Yeah, how about 8 of their last 10 points, guys, coming off that mid-range area jump shot. So shows you don't have to be at the rim to score.
That's good.
They've got to offer more resistance inside. Just too many easy buckets in the paint.
Yeah, Steven, that's the top priority for any defense. You got to protect the paint.
The 3, good. Iguodala's got 14 points here in the second half.
He's one of the few guys you don't mind seeing take the 3 in transition.
Knicks trail by 17. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
He wants to make a few adjustments out there, and he's running through those with his team right now.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Spates checked in for Jody Meeks. Brand comes in for Andre Iguodala. Nocioni is checked in for Evan Turner. And it's Holiday in for Antonio Daniels. The Knicks also changing it up. Sheldon Williams checks in for Jeffries. Stoudemire comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Chauncey Billups has subbed in for Bill Walker. Douglas against Holiday. Douglas can't hit.
I think he's just got to compose himself, gather himself. He may be trying a little too hard out there. Let it flow, let it happen, don't force it.
Holiday with the 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Just cruising to the finish line.
Yeah, and barring something catastrophic happening, it looks like they'll go home with a nice victory here.
New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 20. 1:44 left to play here in the fourth. The 76ers making a switch right here. Iguodala's checked in, and New York with the change here too. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Sheldon Williams. 1:44 left to play in the final quarter. Anthony left side. Here's Douglas, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
You know, I think in Tony Douglas, the Knicks got a great find in the 2009 draft. He was the 29th pick. Pretty gutty defender, but a terrific scorer.
We're talking about Tony Douglas on a Florida State combo guard, Steve, and he's not a great playmaker yet, but he does do a great job of limiting his turnovers.
Well, he understands his limitations as a point guard, but he really focuses on his outside shot offensively. He's shooting about 38% from long range for his career, and a guy who can get extremely hot pretty much any time. Very streaky shooter.
He's really been the focus of their offensive game plan. And he's come through for his team as they've built this lead.
Passes it to Billups. They're working it around. And the Knicks miss again. The 76ers leading by 20. Holiday against Stoudemire. Holiday dishes to Iguodala. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Iguodala's got 38 points. Here's Billups. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. Williams. Second shot opportunity. Anthony with the bucket.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find themselves trailing in this one. Kevin, he didn't turn the ball over once in the first half, but it's been a different story for him since the break.
Now, they probably needed more of this earlier, guys. I don't think there's enough time left to get back into the game.
Guys, this is really a case of too little too late, but at least it gives them something to work off of going into the next game.
The three, and Iguodala with the basket, the assist by Holiday. 41 points for Iguodala. Here comes Tony Douglas. Back to Williams. From deep. That's good with a Douglas assist.
And he come right back with the triple.
An eye for an eye? How about a 3 for a 3, Steve?
And you're asking a lot out of your teammate to try to handle that pass. I don't like that decision at all.
You know, he's definitely a catalyst for their offense, guys. I mean, he is so talented, he really causes problems for the other team's defense.
Here's Iguodala. Sweet little floater. Iguodala's got 43 points.
And I think that may do it here. They're trying to put the nail in the coffin.
Well, just adding to the lead as we approach the final buzzer.
Billups from outside. Here's Nocioni. Can't get it to fall. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily.